Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We had a great question. A few videos ago, we showed you how to build a transparent header up there. And when you scroll down, it's going to change to a color background, so it'll highlight over everything. We used the regular default header to do that. And the question was, can you do that with a custom header? Yes, you can. And it's really easy. And this will also work for Divi 4. We're working with the fantastic new Divi 5 theme here, but it's the same process. I know I did a video with Divi 4. Not sure if I did one with Divi 5, but I'll do it again. Very easy system. So what I'm going to do is go down to my dashboard here. We'll go down to Divi and the theme builder. And here's the custom header I actually created for this page right here. So let's go down and we'll delete that one and start from scratch. I'm going to hit the little trash can. I'm going to save my changes. And if we go back to this page here, it should revert to the default menu there. Let's do a quick refresh. And there we have our default menu back. So this page has got a really interesting title, C-Form. I think that's because we use it to demo. Oh yes, we used it to demo these free contact form layouts from Elegant Themes down there. So I'm just going to build one for this particular page. So let's go down to the theme builder. I'm going to go down here and add a new template. I'm going to hit build a new template. And here's where we assign it. And let's go specific pages. There it is, C-Form on the top. And only published pages will appear here. You can't do this with draft pages. Let's check that. Roll down to where it says create template at the bottom here. And it's put it in. By default, it puts in the global header that we created everywhere else and the global footer. Of course, you can create your own if you want to. I'm going to get rid of the global header and add a custom header. I'm going to hit build custom header. And I'll keep this very simple. You can put anything you want on there. You can make it into a mega header if you want to. Let's build from scratch. I'm going to throw in a row with 3 columns. In the left-hand column, let's throw an image. There's the image module. Let's throw in my logo. I'm having a, transparent at first, and it's got a dark background, so I need a light version of my header there. There we go, or my logo, I should say. There it is right there. In the next one, I'm going to use a simple menu module. There it is right there. And a lot of people may be saying, well, you could have put your logo in the menu module. Well, I'm going to have this when it goes down to tablet version, that in the middle and everything stacked on top. So I'm doing it this way. Here you can add whatever menu you want to put up there. Main menu is absolutely fine. And again, you have to have created some menus down in appearance and menus on the dashboard before anything will show up here. And over on this side, let's just throw a button in. That's all I'm going to do with this particular header today. And obviously with the button, you want to put what you want here. Let's say contact perhaps. And link it to wherever it is you want to take your folks with that button. Down below in link right there. Okay, well, this doesn't look particularly good, but we'll fix that. Let's just put a temporary color behind here. I'm going to go into the section itself, the blue tab. Always find background under content. I'm going to add a background color. Just make it a dark color, just so we can see what's going on. Fantastic. Okay, well, my logo is way too big, so I'm going to go into the logo. I'm going to go over to my design. And with the logo, it's not a bad idea to put a link to your home page, and I do that with a dynamic link. Just click on the little dynamic icon up there. And homepage link. That way it'll always take people to the home page. Great. Now I'm going to go over to design. Alignment wise, well, I want it in the middle of the column. You're not going to see much change there because it's filling up the column at the moment. But sizing wise, I only wanted about 180 pixels or so wide on all devices. So width, I'm going to type in 180. And you can either type px or just select pixels from over here. That's about right for me. Now, if you want to, you can change the size of it on tablet and mobile by clicking on there, giving it separate widths, or just go down to tablet and mobile this way, do the same thing. That's going to work for me on all devices. Let's move over to our little menu module here. Click on it. As you can see, it says menu up there. It's got that white background by default. Let's get rid of that. Then in content, background, there it is. You just trash it. It's great, but we can't see our menu items. So let's go over to design, menu text, active link color. Oh, I'm going to make everything pretty much white. You won't see much now because we've not got an active link. But menu text color down here, I'm going to make that white also. There we go. And it's come back there. And just for fun, let's give it a hover, different color on hover. To do that, all we need to do is roll up the little desktop icon up here. Left click on it. We'll hit hover. And just while we're here, make a note of what you see up here, desktop, tablet, phone, and hover, because this is going to change in a minute. And you'll find out why. So I'm going to hit hover. Active link I'll leave on that regular white, but the main text, let's use the default light blue perhaps. It's what I've been using on the rest of the site there. Now once you do a hover adjustment, make sure you go back up the little arrow up there and flip it back to desktop. If not, and you make a bunch of changes down here in the editor, they will only happen when people's mouses are hovered over. And it's very easy to get caught like that. Okay, great. The other thing, I want that text in the middle while we're here. And let's move on to the button. Button, fantastic. Design wise, alignment, I want it to be in the middle of the column it's sitting in. And if we go down to the button here itself, use custom styles. I'm going to leave the button background alone. Button border, well, let's change that to white and perhaps have it on blue on hover again. So here it is. It's got all sides selected. I'm going to take that down on 1. I'm going to make it white initially. And then I'm going to do the same thing on hover by going up here. Hover. And we'll change it to that light blue. Fantastic. I'm going to give it some rounded corners up here. Button border radius. Remember, we're in hover states. What I was saying, we need to change this back if we want it to happen on both. Back to desktop. Let's give it perhaps 20 pixels. Give it some nice rounded corners. Perfect. We'll close that down. And the button text itself, again, I'm going to make that white with the blue hover effect. Button text color. It says it's white, but it's not. And then I'm going to go up here, flip it around and hover again. Know exactly what we're going to do. Perfect. And we'll go back to desktop mode. Okay, that's kind of working. Well, actually, that text is still a little bit big for me. Let's make it more like the heading. So we're on the button text here. I think 14 is what I used before. That'll do fine. Okay, these aren't quite lined up. With Divi 4, like I said earlier, you can do this with Divi 4 and Divi 5, but with Divi 4, you don't have the flex system. I'm going to align these with the flex system. So if we just back up here, we've got the page structure, page, section, row, and then the column that they're sitting in. I'm going to go into the row itself. We're in design. If we look at layout, it should be set to flex. It is. We've got them going left to right. I want everything aligned in the middle. Won't see much change there, but I also want them aligned centrally here. And that's brought them all in line like this. That'll work on desktop. If we go to tablet mode, it doesn't look like our little menus in the middle there. And if we go to phone mode, everything's all over the place. So I'm going to go back to desktop mode. My image needs to be in the middle there. So let's go back into the image, go over to design, and go down to sizing where we gave it its width. Let's make sure that that's in the middle. Perfect. Great. Well, let's have a look at tablet now. That's better. And mobile. That's much more like it. Now, the actual hamburger icon that the menu collapses down to, if we go back into the menu itself here, that's the icon. So if we go over to design, you want to change the color of that. That's on the icons here. Shopping cart icon, not using that. Search icon, not using that. Here's a hamburger. Change it to whatever color you want. Perfect. Great. So we've got our basics set up there. It's a little deep. Let's take a bit of this padding away from the section. I'm going to click on the section. As you can see, we're in the section here. I'm going to use a bit of spacing for that. And I think I used 25 pixels top and bottom before. Just put in 25. It's got pixels selected by default there. Hit the chain, it'll do the other side. Fantastic. Now that's going to work for me. Great. Now that we've got it the way we want it, I'm going to go into this section. I'm going to take that background away. When I say that, I'm actually not going to take it away. I'm going to go down there. I'm just going to pull the opacity down by left clicking, pulling this slider all the way down. For some reason, if I take the color away, it seems to have a white background still. Now it's disappeared. Now I want mine to stick to the top, and then when they roll down the page, I want it to have a gradient background, perhaps something that's going to still highlight the links and the logo over different colored content. So to make it stick, I know you can't see it very well, but that's okay. I'm in the section. I'm going to go over to advanced. Like I say, this is the same for Divi 4 here. I'm going to go down to scroll up effects. Where it says do not stick there, I'm going to change it to stick to top. That way when we roll out the page, it's going to stick to the top there, which is exactly what I want. Now I'm going to go back to the background, still in the section, going to go to content background. I'm going to go up here again. Remember I told you to make note of what was in the drop down? If I click on it now, we've got a new one there because we made it sticky. We've got a little pin there that says sticky. We can change our background for when it sticks, so we can add our gradient. So I'm going to click on sticky, or the little pin right there. I'm going to add a background gradient. I'm going to get rid of this background color right there. I'm going to go to the second one along, gradient. Add background gradient. That's what you want. Keep it. That's not what I want. Top one, I'm going to make that a black or a dark color at least. Bottom one, pretty sure you can guess what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on that bottom one. I'm going to bring the opacity all the way down so it's transparent. If you want the black color to extend further down, we can left click on the left hand one there and pull it down to where we want. I think that's going to work. And our transparent one, just make sure that is on 0. Perfect. Well, let's take a look at what we got. We may have to make a few adjustments to the page, but let's save our changes and we'll exit. Make sure everything's saved on this page. Remember, we just assigned it to this particular C-form page here, so if I refresh, we should have it on there. And there it is. That's perfect. If I roll down, it's bringing in that little gradient we've got going up there. I might take the transparent one up a little bit, but as you can see, that's making the button, the menu, and the logo visible throughout there, which is perfect. When we get back to the top, it's going to be transparent. And if you've got a nice big hero image like this with some nice stuff on there, you might want to have a transparent header up there. It's a great little option. Now, one thing I will mention, if you find that, I think I've adjusted this page already. Let's just edit this page with Divi. Now, I've adjusted my page to take account of the header on tablet and mobile. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, if I go into this section, let's just click anywhere around here. It should take us to the section. Over to design and spacing. I've given it a negative margin of 150 pixels on desktop and probably on tablet. Yeah. And then on mobile, I've given it a bit more because the mobile menu is a little deeper. I've got it minus 300. So let's reset this. I gave it some extra padding on the top. So let's reset that also. Now if we save our changes and we exit, there's nothing behind our menu up here. And when you initially save this, this is not what you might find is happening. So what we need to do is add a little bit more padding to our page and scoot it up. And as you saw, I used 150 for this and then 300 for mobile. Obviously, you're going to need to adjust for taste. So we can easily do that. I'm sure you're ahead of me on this. Again, I'm going to click on the section itself. I'm going to go to design, spacing, and redo what I did before, which is padding top. I think I gave it 150 extra. As you can see, that's pushed that down. The reason it's not pushed the whole thing down, I've got a viewable height on my section here, but I want to pull it up over the menu. So we do that with negative margin. So I flipped it down to -1. I'm just going to put a 50 after that, or you can just type -150. That should pull it up by 150. Perfect. And that was okay on tablet. For mobile, I needed to double it because our mobile menu is twice. In fact, I've still got the padding there. I used 400 on that one. And I think -300 on this one. So negative 300. Obviously, adjust yours to taste. If we go back, let's save it again. And we'll re-preview. There we have it. The menu is actually covering it again now. I think I might up the padding on that one. But if we look on tablet and mobile, let's hit my F12 key. I'm using Google Chrome with the inspector tools here. That's covering it on the mobile too. Fantastic. Not sure why it's showing an arrow instead of the hamburger icon there. Maybe a little bug. Divi 5 is still in the beta stage here. That may be a little bug, and I will report that to Elegant Themes. They're pretty good about fixing stuff like that. They have actually come up with a release date. Let's just have a look on tablet now. Again, probably want a bit more padding on the tablet, but that's entirely up to you. And again, we've got that little arrow instead of the hamburger there. Let's go back to desktop. So there we have it, guys. There's how to create transparent header or nav bar and have a little gradient on scroll there. As you can see, really easy to do, really nice little result. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. As I may have mentioned earlier, Divi 5 is still in the beta state. They've got a release date at the end of next month being February, I think February the 28th, if I'm not mistaken. So do use a bit of caution if you're using it for client sites. There's going to be a few bugs until probably update 5.01 or 5.02. But it is vastly superior for building and in speed-wise for loading than Divi 4 was. Divi 4 is still working perfectly on all my client sites, and I'll be keeping it on that until probably the first or second update. But I'm really looking forward to migrating everything over to Divi 5. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.